whatever is good for you. So take a few moments just to settle in your space. Close your eyes, begin to drop through your shoulders. And just be curious as to what's happening in your torso. So, do you feel already that it's a little bit of a struggle to keep your spine strong and straight? Or do you feel there's a natural inclination to sink back? Just notice that. Lifting the shoulders up and letting them slide back down. Just moving the head gently and observing any tension or stiffness. Maybe a little movement side to side, ear to shoulder, brief neck circle. Or sometimes a good way is simply to turn and look over your shoulder, and then back and look over the shoulder. Is there any tension in that upper part of your body? And then relax. Come back into stillness. And begin to focus on your breath. So a long breath in through the nose. And a long breath out through the nose. And start to lengthen the in-breath, the out-breath. Take a few moments to simply be still, no movement other than the breath. When I am deliberately or purposefully trying to settle my body and mind, the monkey mind, as we say in yoga, the best way for me is to visualize and count the in-breath and the out-breath, or sometimes to focus on the sound and the flow. As you breathe in, you can notice, you can hear the breath in the cavities of your face, your jaw. You can hear the breath in your throat, entering your chest. You can hear the expansion in the lungs. And you can hear the out-breath. So as you listen carefully, try and make the breath a little more audible, a little louder. Not so that somebody sitting next to you could hear it, but just so it seems to reverberate or echo within your own body. And then make your out-breath a little more forceful. As though you were deliberately, almost forcefully pushing the out-breath. And with this forceful out-breath, go to the very end range. Eke out the last few milliseconds of breath. once you've pushed out those last few milliseconds of breath, it's a big, long, almost forceful intake to fill the lungs again. And then let it go. Relax, take a wriggle. Just lift your arms up overhead. You can open your eyes if you want to. Interlace fingers and push the palms up. And just wriggle around, a little turn side to side. And then relax, shake, and soften, let go. It's still a little movement. So either with your eyes opened or closed, turn, look over your right shoulder. And then back to center, look over your left. Do that again. Sometimes 4 or 5 minutes of deep, purposeful breath can do more for the body than a half an hour of yoga. Come back to center, take right ear to right shoulder. Because the breathing mechanism kicks in your parasympathetic nervous system. Slowly roll and come to the other side. And that's a system that we need to activate a lot more, because we live in a society where, keep rolling, we're pretty much in fight or flight the whole time. Our senses are on alert the whole time. It's so not good for our body. It's one of the reasons why we have increased levels of anxiety or depression or unhappiness, sadness, or irritability. Come back to center. And then breathe in, lift your arms and take your arms behind. Interlace fingers and press the knuckles down. Just release through your head. And then sweep the arms up. And as you exhale, turn, look over your shoulder. One arm behind, one arm in front, against the knee or lightly on the knee. And keep turning and looking back over that shoulder. Inhale to lift. And exhale, turn, look over your shoulder. Keep the spine strong, keep the shoulder low. And then inhale, arms lift. Exhale, hands to heart center. Soften through the shoulders. And with your eyes closed, just take a big circle of movement through your face. So open your jaw wide like you're horrified or super surprised. A wriggle, maybe side to side, maybe screw up your face. Screw it up really tiny, really small. And then a little bit of weird and wonderful movement. Be careful with your jaw. We often hold tension in the jaw so much so that it becomes locked. And then relax your face. I wasn't looking. Take the legs in front. Give a little shake. And if you want to, you can sit on a block as we just start to release through the legs. But just take a little wriggle, whatever you're comfortable with. If it's really tight, you'll keep the knees bent here. Take your hands to the side and just shuffle the hips back. And then walk the hands in front. So without any sort of definite pulling motion, just start to settle and soften through the body so you can relax here through your body. It might just be a little way, or it might be quite a forward reach. And if it's really uncomfortable, take the cushions and pop the cushions here in front of you. so you are completely relaxed. I want to find this sensation of softness and relaxing before we stretch. So this forward motion is so lovely for the spine. Relax the head as well, so you feel the back of the neck stretch. And then walk the fingers slightly back. You can leave the cushions there if you want to, but just take the right leg inside. So it might be high or out, might be touching or not. Again, feel free to take the cushions if you want to, and then just lightly creep out, soften and melt completely. We want complete softness through the body. If there's any pressure in the knee, then change the position of that right leg. And slowly bring the hands back up. We'll come a little more into the back of this left leg. So slide the left leg back, wriggle around so that your body is facing towards that knee. You can either lift, pop a cushion under if you want to, or keep it long. But start this time to find length in the top of your body, that length through the head. Walk the hands out, so we're feeling a stretch through the side as well as the back of the leg. And then melt. And as you stay here and relax, use your breath to lift and then angle down a little further. Now, those of you who've got quite a bit of movement here, you can take your right hand to the outside of the foot, reach it, and then begin to soften down. And so, this beautiful stretch in several places. Just hold and breathe. And be really inquisitive. Where do you feel this the most? What happens if you lift and make a tiny shift? Where do you feel it then? Slowly, slowly walk the hands back. With this left leg, just fold it so it's in 90 degrees. We're in deer pose. Turn the body. We're not going to come down into a deep stretch yet. Just take your hands down, lift up, and gently turn so you're looking towards the right middle finger. Feel this lovely stretch now through the lower back. You can make it more intense by lifting this left leg and sliding it back, then lifting up and turning. Starting to work into those spiral lines. And if you still want more, you can come down to your forearms and creep the forearms over. Look over your right shoulder. Good, lovely. Come back to center. Take the legs in front, give them a shake before we come to the other side. And then take the right leg out and the left leg comes in. Settle, and then start to pull this leg back. Sorry, no, don't do that yet. We came forward first. Keep a cushion under there if you want to. But first, just opening up through the hips, softening, reaching forward and melting. A couple of breaths. And try and really relax the right knee. Sometimes we hold on around there, squeezing the knee, because we're afraid of this stretch in the back of the leg. I could get a suntan here in my little sunspot this morning. Then lift up. Okay, now we walk back. So pull this leg back. Turn the body. Again, feel free to adjust this foot any way you want to. So your sternum is angling towards that knee. Maybe lift, maybe straight. This time, lots of height through the crown of the head. So you're turning, you feel this stretch, so we're getting into the side of the body, and then deepen. And take your time. It might just be soft, subtle, as you melt and as your body opens to this stretch. You might take your left hand to the outside of the foot. I really like that stretch. It gets right down around the SI joint in the lower back and through the side of the body around the ribs, as well as the back of the leg. Use your breath to lift and lower. Two more breaths. And then slowly walk back up. We'll come to our spiral. So loosen up through the front leg, bend the back leg. So it's at this 90-degree angle. For some of you, it might be the case that just putting the legs in that position and beginning to turn is enough, because you will start to feel that stretch. So work with your body. Creep the hands out and then begin to slowly walk the hands back. Take your eye gaze to the little finger of your left hand, or even right behind you. And as you stay in that position and focus on the twist through the body, what's happening through the leg and the bottom, chances are you're squeezing or holding on, so try and let go. The option here is to come down to forearms. Breathing deeply and feeling the breath really affect the whole body, maybe taking the right leg back. Slowly coming up, walking hands back. Good. Give the legs a little shake. I'm going to come over now onto all fours. And before we come to a variation of cat and cow, tuck your toes under and push your body back. Let's get into the feet. Maybe lift the knees, maybe not. There's one thing I think you should do every day. I know I say this frequently and I often change it, but if there's one thing you should do every day, it's stretch your feet, the fascia in the feet, because it's not just for comfort and for the benefit of the feet, it affects your entire body. That's where the fascia starts. If you have tight fascia, as you know, if you've ever had plantar fasciitis, you will know how painful it can be, how tight the fascia can get. Relax and shake the toes. All right, a little cat and cow. So round the spine. Really drop the chin, drop the head. Bend the elbows and come up into your cow. Back into your cat. Work in your own rhythm. Work with what feels good. And after a few traditional cat and cows, we're going to take a little bit of a sequence. So take the hips back to the right heel, bring them back up, and take them to the left heel. Bring them back up. Now, as you do that, start to look back towards the feet. So coming up, pushing back, looking towards the feet, up and looking back. So we have this full body fascia stretch now. Up and back. Let's make this a little more stretchy. Take your right foot to the outside of the right hand and lift your right arm right up to the ceiling. Have 2 relaxed arm circles here, so reach back, forward, up, back, forward, up, and then take it down. Step the right foot back and take the left foot forward. Lift the left arm right up, nice and tall. And then take our 2 slow circles back, forward, up, back, forward, up. And hand down to the inside, take the knee back. And then back to our circular horse. So take the hips down to the left ankle, look back to the right, come up, take the hips back to the right. You know what I mean. And come back up. And then tuck toes. Come back to a toe squat. Relax and release through your wrists. And lift your arms up. Exhale, arms behind. Interlace fingers and open. Take them away from you. Just free up through your head. Keep the weight in your heels. And slowly come forward. Relax the toes. And we do that again. So the right foot comes forward to the outside of your right hand. This time, if you want to, you can make it a little stronger by lifting that leg. You don't have to. Right arm up. 2 slow circles. Back. Forwards. Up. These are really slow, soft circles. Back. Forward. Up. And then hand down to the inside. Knee down, step back. And take the left leg forward. Forward. Option, tuck the toes and lift into your lunge twist. Arm circles back. Forward and up. And again, back. Forward. And up, hand down, step to your horse stance, knees and toes relaxed, and then just take your hips down to the left ankle, look over your right shoulder, come back up, and to your right ankle, look over your left, and come back up. Excellent. Toes under, walk back. And this time, inhale, lift the arms so you're right up, nice and tall. Take that arm circle back, all the way forwards and back up. And then your left arm back, and forwards and up. Again, back and starting to turn more now. So you're reaching further back. Forwards and up, left arm, both arms, just kidding, I'm kidding, don't do both arms. Take your right hand down, and you can either touch your heel or your lower back, and gently come into a soft camel. So keep the shoulders soft. Rising back up, chin to chest, Change arms, sweep the right arm up, left arm back, either to heel or to the lower back, and take your lovely camel. And release, and down. Come down to your hips, and this time release your toes. So you're sitting on your heels, toes are nice and relaxed. Walk the hands backwards, and fingers would just lightly touch onto the floor. Then you can really anchor yourself, press down through the whole of the hands, so you're supporting your body. Press into the floor and lift your heart. An option here, if you want to, is to lift up through the hips. Take a couple of breaths, really opening this front of the body. This beautiful work for your arms and your shoulders. And relax. And then slide the hands forward. We're coming onto the belly. So walk the hands back, thighs down. Stay in Sphinx pose. Elbows under your shoulders. Give a little wriggle. Take the feet a little wider so they're out to the corners of the mat. And relax through your shoulders. Just settle and breathe here. And come back to that long, lovely, luscious, almost audible breath. And check in with yourself again. Where do you feel any release, or where is there tension? What was nice about the first part? What was challenging? What was your body telling you? Option here, if you want to, is to come into a seal pose. So we're coming to standing just very briefly, and then coming back to the mat for our yin. Our yin will be supine twist, so we're lying on our back with a beautiful twist, and supported half butterfly if we have time. But before we do that, I just want to stretch a little more through the body. Bring the elbows down, or bring the hands into the chest, ripple up and come into child's pose. This is wide knee child's pose, so your knees are out, your big toes are together. Push right back and relax. And really let your body sink into the mat. Unless you have an issue with your knee or your ankle or possibly hips, this pose should feel really lovely. And we'll end again with this pose. It's such a beautiful pose for the spine. And slowly come back up. Knees come together. So our only inversion for the day. Spread the fingers, tuck the toes under, pull the belly in and round the spine so you're setting up the body ready to go. Tuck the toes are under, lift the knees, push back into your crouching dog. And then take the knees back down and come into a cow. So eye gaze up. So a little preparation here. Spread the fingers into the mat, tuck toes, round into your cat, hover the knees, crouching dog. And really push the ears right back to the biceps. You can move the hands if you need. One more, knees down. Keep the toes there, relax into your cow, eye gaze up. Come to your cat, round. Hover, knees hover, crouching dog. Should feel really lovely. And then slowly come into your down dog, straightening the legs.
Now, whatever is good for you, pedal the feet or not, lift one hand, then the other. For those of you who practice yoga quite regularly and who have no issues with shoulders, once you're in down dog for the first time and you settle, it should feel really lovely, like a beautiful stretch, and not just uncomfortable through the arms and the hands. Bend your knees, eye gaze to hands, walk the feet in. Stay in your fold. Take ragdoll, so hold each elbow and relax. If you feel at all unbalanced, take your feet slightly wider. And a little wriggle, a little shake. Is Laura here? Oh yeah, hello Laura and Rachel. Is it Rachel or Susie? Yeah. I forgot to say hello to you. And I was just thinking, are you there? Just a little softening here in ragdoll. Take fingers to the floor and come into a flat back extend, or as flat as you can. Bend the knees a lot. Eye gaze forward, palms together and roll up. Slowly reaching up tall to the full height of your body. And then exhale, arms come behind. Press, reach and open. And then just roll through the shoulders and walk through your feet. So we've got a couple of little releasing poses, one pyramid and then we're on to yin. So we're going to just do a little throw down. Feet will be hip distance apart, soft through the knees. Inhale to lift through the arms and then exhale. Do that as many times as you like. Exhale. And with this motion and this huge out breath, we let go of all the negativity and stress in our body. Make it a really loud, audible. You're letting go of the first part of the year and you're inviting in lots of optimism, hope and positivity for May. Last couple. Exhale. Exhale. Beautiful. Come back up and relax. Nice work. Reset from your pyramid. Gosh, where's the time going? All right. No, all right. We'll come to the floor because I promised you that. But we'll do a little pyramid. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Just slowly take your right leg back a long way and turn the right heel in, the right toes out. Bend that front leg a lot. And simply take hand to thigh, and rise up. So you're in this low lunge, setting up for pyramid. Begin to straighten that front leg. Hands come behind, hold onto each elbow or each wrist. Look down towards that left toe. With a softness in the knee, just come into your pyramid. And stay there for a few moments. So quite an active stretch. You're aiming for a flat back. And then release. Hands come to the floor. You can bend the leg. You can take hands onto blocks or cushions. We're just going to stay and move. You can release that back heel so there's a bit more flexibility and you can bend the back leg. Just taking body weight forward and then back. So the whole aim here is to really get some length in the back of this left leg. Lift the body, lower the body. Keep moving so you feel the stretch slowly expanding. And then come into stillness whenever you're ready. 2 more breaths. Is there any more to give? And then bend. And slowly, as lightly as you can, fingertips to the floor, lift the back leg, float in, stay in your ragdoll. Gravity pulling you down. And then fingers to the floor, bend your knees and step your left foot back a long way. Turn so the left heel is down to the mat. Bend the right leg a lot. Hand to thigh, rise up. So you've still got this little bend in the leg. Nice and mobile through the upper body. Inhale, arms lift. You can straighten that leg, arms behind. Holding on to wrists or elbow. And with a little softness in that leg, but lots of power in the torso, just come into your flat back. Wouldn't that be good if we could flat pack our bodies? Some people can, I suppose. Not us. I don't think I've ever flat packed my body. And then release, soften and melt down. Lift the back heel and start to explore. Bend and then straighten. Is it the same as the other leg? Is there a difference? Once you've done a little movement and you keep exploring and repositioning and getting the body lower, then find stillness and start to really push back. So as though somebody's pulling your hips back and you feel this huge stretch right from the insertion point of the hamstring down to the back of the knee. It's a really good stretch if you've been sitting or driving, as the case may be. Hold and breathe. This is a good stretch that's an indicator of your flexibility in your lower body as well. And we do tend to be tight in the hamstrings. And slowly bend the knee. Okay, to come out of it this time, back knee down. Take that leg back and just roll over onto your back. And for a few moments, just lengthen the legs and stay. Settle. It should feel quite nice and stretched in the back of the legs. A couple of long breaths. So we're coming into supine twist. We're going to hold it for a good 3 minutes, maybe 3.5, and I'm going to give you a couple of options. So this pose is mostly accessible by everyone, but I will give you lots of options. So first one, what we're doing simply is keeping the arms wide, bringing the knees up and taking them to one side. Okay, I'll go this side so you can see what I'm doing. Now, the aim really is to then bend the arms and keep them relaxed and back, turn the head and look over your opposite arm. You can pad out the legs with cushions or blocks. You can decrease or increase that. And if you want more, try cat pulling its tail. So the lower leg will slide back. You'll find it with your hand and then roll back into your twist. So there's some benefits to this one. You get more of a stretch through the front of that lower leg, but it very much depends. I like actually to keep my arms in this bent scarecrow place, take the legs over, and as the minutes pass, just focus on really sinking into the ground. So when you're comfortable and ready, we'll begin. Whatever works best for you. Where's my
Timer. Oops. Let's go. So to get the most benefit from this pose, it's a lovely pose actually for the kidney and liver meridians, and it's nice for May to sort of start to work on those meridians. Try and let your legs relax completely. Take any cushions or blocks under the legs. Remember to turn your head the opposite way. Start to connect a little more with your breath. So come back to that long, deep in-breath. A long, almost audible out-breath. As you travel deeper into the stretch, be aware of any parts of your body that might be resisting. Can you soften your shoulders a little more? How is it feeling in your neck? Maybe bring your head back to center, then turn it back again. Melting into the ground for the last few seconds. It's our 3 minutes. So very slowly, just come back onto your back. Take the feet to the width of the mat, let the knees fall in. Take the arms a little away from the body, the palms facing up. And breathe. Take 3 more long, conscious, full breaths in. And then take a little movement, lift your legs, give them a shake, rotate your wrists, And then back to the other side. So knees together, take them over to the other side. Take the arms up so the elbows in line with shoulders. This sometimes is really challenging in itself because there's a lot of tension through the triceps, the underarm, the pectoral muscles. So you can slowly work into that, lifting the elbow up. Playing around with whatever feels better for your legs, if they need support or not. Moving the head, looking down that opposite arm. And begin our 3 minutes. Breathing out fully as your body starts to let go. Travel through your body. Start with your feet. Your lower legs and your knees comfortable. How does it feel through your hips, through your thighs, the big muscles in the top of your legs? How does it feel through the spine itself? How about your shoulders, your neck, your jaw? Always coming back to your breath. The last few seconds really melting into the ground. That's our 3 minutes. Gently roll back onto your back, and again, bend your knees, feet to the width of the mat. Stay in constructive rest. Soften the shoulders. So some of you are perfectly set up for legs against the wall. If you'd like to finish in Shavasana with legs against the wall, then that's a great option for you. Or simply lengthen the legs, take the arms out, palms facing up. Take a long breath in. Begin to settle the body. If you're in legs against a wall, shuffle the bottom as close as you can. And as we take 5 minutes to completely settle through the body, the breath, the mind, be aware of the contact of your body with the mat, the floor. Be aware of the sensation of gravity pulling you deeper. So all resistance, all effort in the body is gone. Move your jaw side to side. Make sure that you're not holding on to any expression in your face. Let the face sink in onto itself. Eyes soften behind closed eyelids. Notice a softening through the back of the body. Shoulders melting down. The hips melting down. For a few moments, stay with the rhythm of your breath. Breathing in deeply. Breathing out fully. Inhale, I follow my inhale. Exhale, I follow my exhale. Noticing a slowing down in the body, a slowing of the heart rate, a slowing of the breath, a slowing of thoughts. Taking these moments to be still and quiet. And in this quietness, coming a little closer to yourself, drawing inwards, being aware of your body, your mind. Noticing as you settle that a softness creeps through your body. Letting go of all resistance. Letting go of the past few months. allowing yourself to embrace the new month, losing the negativity, the memories that don't serve you well, and stepping forward with optimism. Whatever you do today, I hope you are mindful of the amazing body and mind that is you, that you take a little time for self-care, self-appreciation, not just for today, but for the whole month. Slowing down when you need to, stepping back when you need to. If you have legs against the wall, slowly come to your side. Just let your body settle. The rest of us can roll to one side also. In your own time, completely in your own time, make your way to seated.